Hey guys, Tara here bringing you game 2 between Cruzz and Noggano from ESL EU Week 9 quarterfinals. So, Cruzz was victorious in game 1. So now he's going with the Brits and his loadout is Mobile Assault. That's one of the new commanders. Tactical Support and Royal Engineer. Noggano has Ostrupen, Mobile Defense, and Blitzkrieg. So yeah, Noggano losing his allies a bit of an issue. Somebody did a statistical analysis on ESL from quarterfinals up. I think it was allies had a 55% chance to win, so slight edge to allies in these quarterfinal and up games. So Cruzz definitely has the initiative now, having won as Axis. It'll be interesting to see if we go with this Mobile Assault. I haven't seen that commander yet, it's been brand new of course, and I haven't even got a chance to play with it yet either. I haven't been playing that much since all the patch bug issues and whatnot. So we see a universal carrier here from Cruzz, which is no longer cost fuel, so that's probably why he's doing it. Won't delay his tech, and it actually has pretty good DPS. His pathing's a bit not so good, but we'll just put it that way. But yeah, it's pretty got pretty good DPS. Gotta be very careful with it though. I mean, it dies so quickly to Fausts. What is that? Okay, no, I thought that might have been a universal carrier bulletin, but that's actually a Cromwell reload bulletin. So yeah, interesting to note, you know, these infiltration commandos actually only come with 4 men, which made me think maybe it'd be better to equip them with Brents, try use them at long range rather than as close range units, these 4 men ones in particular, because they're just not quite durable enough for that close range combat. And it reminded me rather of Cruzz's thread, the More You Know thread on COH2.org, where he posts some interesting facts about the game, which is a really good thread to read. It's about 26 pages long now, so it's quite a long page, or maybe even more than that. I think it's like 35, but a lot of interesting info on there, and I suggest you read it if you want to know some more details about the game. But in there he posted about commandos. If they pick up a Bren from the weapon rack themselves, like not from the ground, it actually has about 40% more DPS than if Tommy picks up that same weapon from a weapon rack. So yeah, I was wondering if maybe with these 4 men commandos it might be a better idea to equip them with weapons rather than try and use them up close as they have mainly been used to date. And they can fire on the move with the light machine gun as well. Obviously they suffer some cooldown rate of fire penalties when firing on the move, as everybody does.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
So Bren carrier coming in on the flank of this green squad, forcing them away, and now they're kind of sandwiched. Actually no, you had to retreat that infantry section there. They're getting quite low, probably going to try heal them up instead of retreating them. Looks like he has completed his tech now, so we'll be able to get those healing upgrades going. Five kills on this UC. It's actually been doing a lot of DPS, so Cruzz being quite good with their universal carrier. It's nice to see it's a lot more viable these days, due to no longer costing fuel. He's actually going for 2 MGs, kind of an unusual strategy. I don't often see this. Also, actually, I used to use this myself against OKW because it's quite good at keeping back the shrieked up blobs away from everything. Because the real issue with the Vickers is that it often takes longer to suppress than other machine guns such as the Maxim or the MG42. So usually the the blobs can actually kind of like run through them. That's why having two of them is quite useful, kind of pointing, somewhat overlapping in some cases, is very helpful. But also the Volksgrenadiers with their grenades, they have such a long range on those flame grenades that often they can just run up to a Vickers and then toss a grenade on it, even if they're just like charging on head on into it. So it is another issue that the Vickers does suffer.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
And then once that one MG gets forced to retreat, your whole line can collapse, so that's why having two is sometimes a good idea. If you've got two pointing in the same direction, you can suppress the squad before they can get that flame grenade off, and if you've got two pointing in opposite directions, then perhaps you can reposition your second one after the first one gets forced away. Anyway, you see a mortar pit going down here from cruzz. Slightly ambitious positioning here though. It's going to get caught by this flamethrower pyro squad and cancelled. Personally, when I put mortar pits down on this map from the spawn, it's usually behind this garrison here, a bit safer, a bit harder to reach. Squad can run up here and do damage to it, and run down here and deal damage to it, and damage to it from this garrison. So I feel like that's a bit safer. Of course, right up here will range like a lot more territory. Also reach the north VP, so there's a more deadly position to put it in, but with that risk it also has high chance of being wiped out itself. Wow, we're going to see the wasp from cruzz. This has been a very long time since I've seen the wasp, ever since it received that massive nerf to its damage and range. Oh, and this could go horribly wrong instantly. 222 right there, ready to counter it before the AC comes out as well. 222, is it going to chase? No, he's going to disengage here. Playing it cautiously, I mean, this is a pretty common road to mine, but personally what I do in these situations is actually come down the side here. Just run off the road. You will be a bit slower, but you won't run over mines. It's rare to see people put mines down off the side of the road. I feel like that's a good strategy against players.
Our supply line's broken. Armored car completed. We're losing a capture point.
So yeah, Wasp's going to live to fight another day, which is pretty rare in those kind of situations when they're caught out of position by the 222, but Noggano was playing it safe there. Didn't want to risk losing his 222 immediately. Oh, and Wasp now caught out once again. But he's a bit late to react here. Oh, and this is now he's going to try chase. This is a horrible idea because here's the AC. May still be able to pick up the Wasp. Yep, he does. Kind of lucky for him. But it's going to cost him his 222. So of course the changes to the AC. The guns reverted to how it was before, so not that good against infantry. But a lot more DPS onto the machine gun of the AC. And Mirage Flash said that the machine gun's DPS now similar to the M20 from US forces. So I mean that's pretty good damage, really.
Ready to set a command vehicle and call in recon support.
When you consider how much the M20 costs compared to how much the AC costs, I think that's a pretty good deal, if I'm honest. And that's why a lot of people now, after the 2-2 buff, calling for a slight cost reduction in the M20, which I can understand.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers. The enemy is taking our territory.
So AEC on the field, so Noggano's had to field himself a pack. We do have snipers on both sides, Noggano and now cruzz, though cruzz looks like he's got a bit of veterancy on it. But it looks, I don't know how he's done that. Maybe he shot at a vehicle Did he shoot at the 222? I must have missed it if he did, but he's got some amount of variancy here and no kills, so I assume that's what happened. Oh, and this could be counter-snipe time. No, it looks like his sniper's coming down here as Noggano's goes to the north. Oh, and this could be... no, not a dead squad. He doesn't have Vet 1 on this yet.
Forces are securing our territory. The enemy has broken our supply lines.
Oh, nice ambush there. He baited him into that mine. He's going to try to get the wipe here. No. Remember, he does have one model holding that minesweeper, so it does lower the DPS. Also, it's moving around there. Better stay stationary in those situations. Try and maximize your DPS. And of course, not being vetted up, so it doesn't get that rate of fire cover bonus on Vet 1. Close engagement here. In fact, look at those guys go, man. These things are just so powerful. I feel like these are slightly too powerful. In fact, I mean, 210 manpower. If you compare them to Pioneers, I mean, their DPS is just way higher. And at Vet 3, halving their reinforcement costs is just... that has to be changed. That is just way too good. That is just a ridiculous veterancy bonus. That's why engineer spam is so effective, especially once it gets to the late game. You can just trade so much more efficiently in terms of manpower. Also, the good thing about Royal Engineers is they won't drop your weapons, unlike infantry sections with their Bren Pinata. Due to their Vet 3 buff, where they gain a scopes infields. Oh wow, is he going to lose this here? Ooh, no. AC takes 2 hits in return. So Pyre's probably going to try attack through the hedge. No.
Engine wound up.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
One rebuild. Just one.
Supplies looking a bit squiffy. Line's been cut.
What do you want us to do now?
So things have kind of stalled out here for a bit while both of these light vehicles receive repairs. Just a slow bit of capping going down. Cruzz has now selected tactical support. Remember that artillery cover did receive a few nerfs, no longer will cause engine damage. And instead of disabling turret rotation, it will now cause that main gun loader injured, so fire about half as fast. So yeah, not nearly as strong as it used to be, but still has access to this designate command vehicle with the free recon planes, which are pretty overpowered, especially in these sniper battles, because those free recon planes do reveal cloaked units. So in sniper wars, it can be the deciding factor. Oh, and just to speak of sniper wars, man, this sniper dancing with death here, floating around there, looks like he's going to come out of cover multiple times there, and now is actually revealed. Cruzz trying to put this mortar emplacement back in the same spot, and he's got a pretty coordinated force here now in order to put this up. He's got, you know, troops everywhere trying to cover this so it can actually get placed up.
Awaiting orders.
Oh, but this could be trouble here. Sniper's not in cover. Green's round the corner. Get a good bit of damage onto it. Gonna try to wipe it. 2-2 forcing away these squads here. Need to get in cover.
Enemy threatening a
Where's the
capture
pack?
point.
Where's the pack? Oh, okay, pack's not in a great position here to deal with this AEC. AEC still seems to be pretty effective, if I'm honest, against infantry. Okay, Pax is just sitting here, needs to get a shot off. Oh, main gun destroyed. Maybe if you played slightly more aggressively with the 222 there, actually I think the 222 would have gone down to another shot. Now the Pack wailing on the mortar emplacement, he pops brace. Because this has taken main gun destroyed, that's not really able to help in the engagement, but right as that happens, here comes the Cromwell. Shatters the 222 and stops the Pack from killing this emplacement. Going to be relying on this flamethrower and this Shrek squad to try and finish the job. No, what's he doing here? He's rotating the Shrek squad and he's going to risk not killing this mortar emplacement here to try and kill the Cromwell instead. This is very risky. Oh, but he gets the job done. I thought he may not because of that sniper there, but very lucky there for Noggano knocking out that mortar pit. And here comes the Shrek squad forcing back the Cromwell, and that could probably die to one more double volley from the P-Greens. In fact, he's going to crew that with the P-Greens. He could wipe this with the sniper as they roll through here. No, not trying to chase that. And we got the counter snipe here. Oh, this could be deadly. Oh, but he misses. Oh man, that I was sweating right there. Risky play from Noggano. Almost cost him a sniper there. Kind of lucky that they missed on retreat. I suppose it's not really that lucky if it's a 50-50 shot, but so overall there, a lot of manpower bleed inflicted onto both sides, but maybe Cruzz came out on top having taken out two 222s rather than Cruzz, who's only lost the no fuel cost brain carrier. Have we lost any other squads? No. No. So yeah, in terms of wipes, Cruzz does seem to be ahead right now. Oh, actually no, I mean, he lost his mortar pit, I forgot about that. I don't know. In terms of fuel though, Cruzz, I feel was ahead. And he's actually bringing in the air resupply. Where did he drop that? Okay, he got all three of them. This thing is so random. Sometimes it can drop them on top of trees and stuff, and so you only get a couple of the boxes. And also got to be very careful when playing 2v2s, because sometimes when you drop it in your base sector, the weapons can get stuck in like US forces bases. So it's a real. Oh man, down goes a green squad there. Whoopsie daisy. It's a real RNG fest, as you would expect from Relic. I think they should change it so all the supplies get dropped around the point itself. Make it a bit more consistent. Rather than just randomly in the sector.
Cromwell ready to go.
Man, I've seen it once. Once it was on crossing in the woods, and they dropped it on their cutoff, you know, right outside their base, but it ended up dropping all the supplies like right close by the central VP. It was just such a bad bit of luck there, and all the weapons ended up getting killed, I think, by that enemy team. Anyway, back to the game at hand. So yeah, that's a pretty effective way of getting a lot of team weapons for not a lot of manpower. And now with two Cromwells and an AEC, he's in a pretty good spot. We see Noggano going for a Stug next, so that's good. He's getting his anti-tank sorted, but he's still hasn't selected a doctrine. I imagine he maybe wants to go for Blitzkrieg at this stage. Oh, this could be trouble here. Once again, packed not quite in the right position, and that's going to be a dead Panzer IV. Oh no, and that is just absolutely rotten luck. Teller goes off there, but doesn't damage the Cromwell at all. That is just the worst when that happens. That is just such bad luck. This will be a completely different engagement otherwise. He might actually be able to kill this Cromwell. In fact, he may be able to get it here. Almost try to go in for the crush. Here come the Shreks though from the side. So if he popped this out here, he could easily kill this Cromwell. Looks like he's just resigned to the fact that this is going to die to the pack anyway. Here comes the Stug, but yeah, that was really bad luck for Noggano, if I'm honest. His pack not quite in the right position. Cruzz coming around the north, out of the pack's arc, and then that Telemine just detonating but not causing any damage. It is a rotten bit of luck.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Taking small arms fire!
Attack! Put your backs into it! Get your heads down!
Stug hoping to get a lucky shot on the sniper. Now he's actually trying to kill this Teller. I mean, not Teller. Just regular mine.
We're losing a capture point.
So still no doctrine selection from Noggano. Still has access to both these. Probably better to go with Blitzkrieg at this stage, because similar to mobile defense, has the Panther Tactician, has the command tank, but also has the option of the astute close air support, which is just so strong against medium tanks especially, which is what Cruzz seems to be going for right now. Is he teched hammer? No. You can tell instantly if there's like a hammer or anvil logo on top of this building here. Oh,
New target, chaps.
what was that? It looks like a green squad maybe. Was that the pea greens? Oh no, not the pea greens. Well, pea greens are dead, and that does look actually like pea green. Oh man, that was the AC right there. Maybe with double sniper assistance actually. I wonder if now Noggano's going to go with double Stugs. He does indeed go for Blitzkrieg. Or maybe he's going to go for the command tank. Oh, this could be a dead... Oh, yeah, there it goes. Dead Cromwell. Nicely picked up there by Noggano, a bit reckless from Cruzz. And a nice pack positioning from Noggano this time. And that was the main difference there. But he still was a bit late to react with the Stug. He needed to start chasing with that a bit earlier. If it wasn't for that last Faust, that would have been a getaway. Looks like he is trying to save his munitions up for the Stug close air support. But it means his Stug's going to be pretty useless against these snipers. Did he call him? Okay, no, this is the new artillery cover. So still very potent against infantry, still suppressors and pins and whatnot. But they increase its area as well. I mean, that looks a bit smaller on the mini-map than it used to. I don't think they mentioned that they reduced its area though. You can never tell though, because even on this, I mean that's clearly nowhere near what it is actually on the UI, and it doesn't actually have like an edge of the circle either, which I always thought was a bit ridiculous. You have to just guess where it is on the mini map to actually know if you're safe from it or not.
The new grenadier squad is ready.
So he popped artillery cover there and didn't really work out for him. Oh,
We have lost an MG.
oh man. Noggano's losing so much stuff again here. This is P greens, he's lost a couple green squads, he's lost his
Ready for battle.
MG now. Things are going pretty badly wrong for him. Noggano now going for the P4 command tank. But I mean, at this point, it's like, oh, should you have just gone for a regular Panzer IV? I mean, if Cruz gets like 2 Cromwells, pack and a Stug, maybe not enough. Maybe need that extra bit of anti-tank firepower from an actual Panzer IV. Snipers lining up their shots on the pack. Unable to kill it though, and they rounds the shot blocker. Oh, this could be devastating if he. Oh, looks like he was. What he could have done there is shot on his telemine, and the explosion probably would have killed at least one of those snipers, maybe both of them. Maybe that was what he's trying to do, but he actually missed. I don't know.
The enemy is taking our territory.
So yeah, if we take a look at army sizes, we see Cruz about 20 in the lead right now, so he's in a pretty good spot. Here comes Stuka close air support though. This was why did you just do this? So yeah, Stuka close air support obviously very good at medium tanks. We saw, even though it does like half health of one on the strafe if it lands. But I feel like using this ability, you kind of need to use it during a fight, so your opponent has to make bad decisions and has a harder time dodging it. Just casting it, I mean just activating it. Casting is not magic, is it? But activating it during a just for no reason, I feel like it's a big waste. I mean, wow, he did half damage to a Cromwell and forced these squads back a bit, but I mean, that's 200 munitions. That takes a long time to save up. I feel like that was a bit of a waste, if I'm honest.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
What's he spend his munitions on?
Look here.
Oh, he's upgunning the Stug with the Pintle. Fair enough, he's had enough of his Stug being able to fire on the sniper but doing absolutely no damage to it. That machine gun upgrade should be a lot more effective. Oh, but here comes the command tank now. This double Vickers in a bit of trouble. Here comes AC from the side. Oh, and so is the Cromwell. The pack's in a good position to react to this. This could be a dead AC. Nicely done there by Noggano. Nice pack positioning again. Making the difference in these engagements. And what's he doing with this Cromwell? He's so reckless with it here. Looks like he's trying to line up artillery cover. I'm not sure how that went off there. That telemine. Perhaps a stray shot detonated it there. Oh, but the pack could go down here to these double snipers. No, that one gets forced off. Cromwell's still in the danger zone. I think they will go down to one more Faust. And wow, look how spread out that MG crew was. There's one gunner here, the 2 other men back here.
The enemy is gaining
Rifle
the
grenades,
foothold. We are down to
unable to get
300
much done.
points.
And now he pops artillery cover. So this is smart usage here by Cruz. So in this case, it's just going to pin Noggano into his base, unable for him to get out. And when you've got this much territory and you can't come out of your base, this is a real issue because he's going to have almost no resources coming in right now.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
He's got a triple cap running against him, and this is big trouble for Noggano now.
Our sector.
And he really needs those resources. Looks like Cruz is ticked up though to hammer, and he's bringing in a Comet now. So with a Comet on the field, that's going to be a lot more durable against that pack if he gets caught out of position again. So yeah, there's that new critical, the main gun loader injured, and which I believe doubles or halves the rate of fire, doubles the time it takes to shoot.
We are losing a sector.
Run like hell! Enemies taking losses!
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
So now Noggano making his way out of his base for a change.
The enemy is taking
After
our
that.
territory.
Artillery cover ran out. And, oh, what is this guy doing? He's sitting up in a bad spot here. Can't happen with machine guns. Once they find a target, they will set up. It sometimes cost you the squad. Oh, here comes the big boys though. The Comet and the Cromwell find the Strug in a bad spot here. Strug having a hard time penetrating the frontal armor of the Comet. Where is the pack? Pack sitting up here. Is he going to use target weak point?
The enemy has destroyed a panzer.
No. Now P4 Command takes in a tough spot. We're going to have a hard time penetrating either of these. In fact, he probably should have backed it up this way. Coming back through these two tanks, a terrible idea. Oh, and now he's getting caught on the pathing from the Comet, and down it goes. In fact, that's abandoned here.
Our panzer
Are you going to try steal it?
reduced by one.
No, he's just going to kill it. Of course, you got to remember, abandoned vehicles now, I believe they're unable to move until they're fully repaired. So, it's a lot harder to capitalize on an abandoned vehicle. I'm not sure if it's heavy engine damage or immobilized or just a regular engine damage crit. Haven't seen anybody try and steal one yet. They've always been destroyed.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Under fire! Das ist gut! Taking him deeper! Hard! Not like this!
Redouble your efforts. We are down to 200 points.
Well, things are looking pretty tough for Noggano. He's invested himself into another pack, which he probably should have done before the last engagement. I mean, after coming out from that base pin, he's so low on fuel. Probably should have done that. Got a second pack for that last engagement. Now this Cromwell Comet. Oh, what a bad bit of word salad there. Cromwell Comet combo was a bit of a tongue twister. Going to be causing him all sorts of headaches. And he's got this artillery cover which can really soften up the heavy team weapon play. Kind of surprised though, at no stage has Cruzz designated a command vehicle for that free recon. I really like that ability. Okay, so Comet's in a bit of trouble here, but he's behind the shot blocker. Should be able to knock out this pack before it goes down. Here we go. Pack switches targets now to the Cromwell. Needs to use the target weak point here though. Gets a Faust off, but he clears the arc. And the final pack shot misses there. I think Noggano needs to make better use of target weak point. He probably would have been able to kill the Cromwell there if he had used it. Trying to recrew this pack now before it gets destroyed. I need to see some white phosphorus rounds here for our Cruzz. That would be a good idea, I feel. White phosphorus is so potent at Vet 1. Oh wow, he doesn't even need to, he just kills it outright. Noggano just throwing his troops in here. but probably aware that this game is now over. 25 supply to 90, that's a bit of a giveaway. And man, these snipers from Cruzz, they came along at a good time and they've been really dominating the field. Both of them with 20 kills. Considering how late he got them, that was a pretty reasonable rate of return.
We are losing a sector.
Especially considering they've been sniping mainly Grenadier models.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
What's the flanks? We are in contact with the enemy.
So yeah, in summary, I feel like Noggano got a bit unlucky with that tower in the north, and that may have been one of the main deciding factors in this game. Also, I feel like he used this at just a horrible time. What you want to do is like maybe when Cruzz was pushing forwards, then pop this so he couldn't really dodge it and engage you at the same time, and that's when it can really be a game decider rather than just like busting it to try and get yourself a little bit of map control briefly. I feel like that would be a better decision, and there we go. Cruzz takes the series 2-0 and advances to the semis. Anyway guys, I'll wrap on that. If you'd like a game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.